Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Lesson 103, Starred Problems. Lesson 103, Starred Problems. It says up here, don't do number 2, the box and whisker plot. I'm not a fan of box and whisker plots. You need to know that they exist. Unless you take a college-level statistics class, you're probably not going to use them. Anywho, the 1/20th scale model of the rocket stood 54 inches high. Why is my... There we go. What was the actual height of the rocket? So that I know that the model versus the rocket is 1/20. And I know that the model was 54 inches high. And I'm trying to find how tall the rocket was. So I cross multiply. And I get x is equal to 20 times 54. 1080 inches. Okay. And then B says find the height in feet. So if I have 1080 inches, I know I'm going to need a unit multiplier, and I'm trying to get to feet. So I want feet in the top. I know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. My feet are in the top. My inches cancel. So 1080 divided by 12 gives me 90 feet. That is a tall rocket. The volume of the rocket in problem 9 is how many times the volume of the model? 3 times. Trust me on this. The area is 2 times. The volume is 3 times. Okay. Use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the longest side of the triangle whose vertices are that. So let's see. 3, 1, 3, negative 2, negative 1, negative 1, negative 2. Okay, so I think this is this. Oh, mercy. Like that. Did I do something? I did not do something right. Okay, hold on. Let me erase this. I did something wrong. It's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like a right triangle. We try again. Okay. 3, 1, right there. 3, negative 2. Haha, that's where that goes. Okay, and then negative 1, negative 2. Ah, look how beautiful that triangle is. It's gorgeous. Okay, so this is the leg we're trying to find, C. A is equal to 3, because we have 1, 2, 3. B is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the Pythagorean theorem is C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. We're trying to find C. So let's see. A is 3. B is 4. 9 plus 16, which is 25. So I have C squared is equal to 25. I'm going to square root both sides. That means I get C is equal to 5. All right. The shaded sector is what fraction of the whole circle? So if the whole circle is 360 degrees and the unshaded section is 240 degrees, the shaded section is equal to 360 minus 240, which is 120. But that's not what they asked me. They asked me what the fraction of the whole circle was. So I'm going to put shaded over whole. And this is 120 over 360, which is going to be 1/3. Always, always reduce. Always, always reduce, reduce, reduce. The unshaded sector is what percent? So what percent, what per 100, is equal to 240 over 360. I'm going to cross multiply. You may have a different way to do this. That's perfectly fine as long as you're 100% correct. I get a really large number here. And I get 66.6 repeating percent. Okay, write an equation to solve this problem. 3 less, so I'm subtracting 3, then twice, I'm multiplying by 2. What number, x, is equals negative 7? So I have 2x minus 3 is equal to negative 7. It doesn't say I have to solve it, it just says I have to write an equation. Estimate, then calculate the length. We're not estimating, we're just calculating the length of x. So let's see, I'm going to go big triangle to small. Big triangle is 12 is to x, as 16 is to 12. Cross multiply, divide, and I get 9 for x, which is a. And then it says find the scale factor from the larger to the smaller. So this is going to be my scale factor here, 16 over 12. I'm going to divide by 4 because I need to reduce that, so I get 4 over 3. You could do it 4, 2, 3, or 4, 2, 3. Okay. What is the approximate measure of angle AOB? So AOB, let me get a different color here. This AOB. So this is what we're looking for. And then it says use a protractor to verify your answer. That's not going to happen. But what I do know is this is 90 degrees, and this whole thing is 90 degrees. This is it more than a half? Is it, is this a half, which would be 45 degrees? So is it 50-ish degrees? They're just trying to get you to eyeball it. Oh boy. Which of these numbers is between 12 and 13 the square root? So I know that the square root of 13 is not going to be between 12 and 13. So I know that, let's see, 4 squared is 16, 3 squared is 9. So this is going to be between 3 and 4. That's not it. Square root of 130. So let's see, 11 squared is 121. 12 squared is 144. So this is going to be between 11 and 12. Also not it. Let's see if 150. So 12 squared is 144. 13 squared is 169. So this works. It is C. Let's see here. I'm trying to change. There we go. Find the volume of this right prism. Units are in feet. Okay. So we know that volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. This is sometimes known as capital B. So we know that the base is a triangle. So triangle is 1/2 base times height, or you could do base times height divided by 2. Either way, don't forget the divided by 2. So here, this is going to be our H and this is going to be our B just for the area. We don't want to get confused. Which is 18 divided by 2, which is 9. So this number is not the answer. It's going to go right here. We have 9 times. Now this is the H for the volume. I know. And this is in feet cubed. So this says convert volume to cubic yards. So I have 54 feet cubed. And I'm going to need 3 unit multipliers to get it to yards cubed. How do I know that? This little exponent here tells me that. I want yards on the top, so I know that 1 yard is 3 feet, and I'm going to need it 3 times to get rid of my feet squared and to get my yards, or feet cubed, and to get my yards cubed. So 1, 2, 3. That goes. My math looks like 54 times 1 times 1 times 1. Over 3 times 3 times 3. So 54 divided by 27 is going to be, where is, oh, there we are. Sorry, lost it there. 2 yards cubed. All right, find the volume of this right cylinder. Again, volume is still area of the base times height. We know that the area of a circle is pi r squared. We are given the diameter here. So if the diameter is 6, we know the radius is 3. So let's plug in what we've got. It says to use 3.14 times 3 squared, which is 3.14 times 9. Okay, remember that's just the area of the, where is this? Okay, sorry. Sometimes I lose my cursor, it's really small. That's just the area, so this is going to go into, so my volume is equal to 2, this is my height, 3 times 3. That's my answer. Okay. All right, the first thing I'm going to have to do here, I know this looks ugly, but we've got this. I'm going to distribute. So I'm going to keep all of this the same because I'm not doing anything with it yet. All right? So just bring that down, bring the equals down. We have 2 times x plus 2 times negative 2. So we're going to keep all this because we're not going to do anything with it. I'm going to go ahead and make the invisible one visible. There we go. Now I need to combine this since it's on the same side. 3 plus 1 is 4x minus 5. And then I'm going to move the lower number that is attached to x over. So this has got to go. We've got to combine our like terms, get x on one side and equals on the other. So this is 2x minus 5 equals negative 4. What happened here? Oops. Okay, so I'm going to pull this up here because I don't have any more room. So now I'm going to get rid of, this is my 2-step problem now. I'm going to add or subtract. I'm going to get rid of my 5. Still trying to get x on one side. It's going to be negative 1. No, it's not. Positive 1, my bad. And then I'm going to divide. And I get x is equal to 1/2. All right. Let's see. So we have negative 3 times negative 2 gives me a positive 6. Times negative 1 gives me a negative 6. And then remember that these are absolute value bars. Everything inside the absolute value bars is positive. So I have a negative on the outside. Negative 3 times positive 2 is negative 6, but it's in the absolute value. So the absolute value of negative 6 is positive 6, but when I have this negative on the outside, it's kind of like negative 1 times positive 6, which gives me negative 6. So this gives me positive 1. Okay, here we have 3 squared, which is 3 times 3, or 9, minus negative 3 squared, so this is negative 3 times negative 3, which is positive 9. So we're going to treat this as a subtraction problem and keep change. So I have positive 9 plus negative 9, which is 0. That's supposed to be a 0. Anyway, okay. Oh, we did this in the beginning. Let me change my colors here. So I have 6, A, B, B, C. 2, A, B, C. So 2 goes into 6 3 times. I have an A on top and an A on bottom. I have a B on the top, a B on the bottom. I have a C on the top and the C on the bottom. So let's see what we get. We have 3 A squared. That is it. Okay. And here I have square root of this. So I know that the square root of 9 is 3. And then I know when I take the square root of this, I get x to the 2 over 2, y to the 4 over 2, which is x, y squared. Oh, wait. We need to put the 3 in front of that. Okay, so this is xy squared. But the whole thing is going to be 3xy squared. Sorry. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions.